Hello, welcome back. My name is Daniel Gormali. I'm trying to play against Leela, night odds. So this is incredibly difficult. You would assume that a GM would win a piece up. Unfortunately, you would assume incorrectly. It's actually very difficult to beat it. You've just got to play an unbelievably good game of chess. So Joel Benjamin, who is a grandmaster from the USA, is currently playing a match against Leela, where he gets an extra piece. And I think he was leading last time I saw. He was like 3-2 up, but he did lose. I think the last game he had 2 draws before that. So even at classical time controls, you're not winning against a computer. It's a very clever computer because what it does, it sort of plays in a way that is, if I go bishop f5 here, it might go queen f3, although there is queen d7 then. So you kind of want to get there. But it might do something like g4 and f4. Now, yeah, so I think I'm tempted just to bring out the knight. That looks sensible. It will probably go bishop e3, but I don't know. Okay, could go knight e4 and exchange off the bishop. g6 is another move, right? Okay, I'm going to go knight e4 because that gets rid of the bishop. And I get the bishop pair and I'm a piece up. Surely I'll win then. Surely. Surely, surely. Let's try taking. Okay, it's this move. c4 looks good for black. I wasn't interested in getting... so if I take it, it might go... It's always got these annoying moves that you just don't expect. It's a AI type engine, so it basically... It kind of is supposed to sort of know that you're going to go for these exchanges or whatever you're going to do. Yeah, as I predicted. It's always got these annoying moves. Do I put the knight on d5 or do I put the knight on d7? And then it would take on d3. I'd probably put knight e7. Not happy about it. I could go e6. So essentially I'm a piece up in quite a simple position. So in theory he should win. But he wants to go like queen f3, a6, generate some counterplay. I'll start with e6. Okay. Delayed that. Bishop e7, it might go queen g4, but then I've got... The other problem is... Starting to worry that it will just go queen g4, rook d1, and I haven't got a square for the queen, but okay, it should be manageable. So now it's clearly threatening to go with this a6. Although a6 there is queen b6, it's not tragic. Not tragic yet. So maybe I would panic by going a6 myself. Okay, so let's calculate a variation. If I can't, hang on, I've got to get on with it actually. There's also ideas of going, yeah, so maybe queen e8 here, but then a6. Maybe a6, I've got to go a6. Now queen e8, bishop there. So I'm going to go knight f6, so bishop here. Okay, the problem is I'm starting to get short of time now. Yeah, maybe I do need more time against it, because this is just not... It's got this threat. Okay, I might just try and take a draw now, which seems incredibly ridiculous, but I've lost so many games to it. No, it won't, hang on. Okay, let me try again. Look, that's the score that I've played against. This is the amount of games that I've played. And I've not done well, as you can tell. So when I first started playing it, I thought, oh, this is a joke. I'll just win this easily. Because, you know, how can you give a grandmaster night odds? It's a joke, right? One of the things I've learned from this, I think Joel Benjamin, one of the things I learned from this is just try and play a normal game, you know. I think Joel Benjamin trained very hard for this match. He sort of prepared very hard for this match. Okay, e6 looks reasonable. Even though that does kill the bishop a little bit, which is not ideal. Because you think, you know, in theory that he should win easily. This is another thing it does. It's very good at just throwing all the pawns forward And okay, I'm going to start with h6. I'm not worried about the capture, but then eventually it will go g4. It might even threaten g4 here. I'm not sure. You know, it just does stuff which is practical. That's the very clever thing about it. It does stuff which is practical, which is not like a normal engine. Normal engine is like you know. Okay, could start with that move because that's useful move to throw in. Maybe gives me options of queen a5. Okay, again, doesn't necessarily have a threat, so I might start with queen a5. Yeah, I've got moves like bishop b4, but it retreats a knight. It's so hard to win. Like, even if you get a winning position, it just resists so incredibly well. It's kind of a humiliation as well, isn't it? It's like humans are so weak that we can even win. Actually, there's a bishop c7 idea, but yeah, that's what worried me. Now, if I go queen b4, I might run out of squares. I think I have to go here, right? But it's got no, you can't go knight a4. What am I talking about? Okay, so now it's threatening to take potentially. Also, I'm a little bit tied up. I think I'll start with that. There is knight h5. Maybe the idea to try to go rook c8 and hit the bishop. But that introduces ideas of, it's so clever. It's just ridiculously clever. Rook c8 does threaten knight h5. Let's stop that. It's very annoying. Now, I could sack the exchange here, which is not really. Actually, I'm going to go h5 because that kills any ideas that it will ever go h5 itself. Maybe I'll go king f8 and castle by hand. That's what they used to do back in the day. Yeah, this queen is just proven to be a bit of a menace. There's bishop b4 ideas, but then of course that weakens the dart squares, so that's another thing you'd be concerned about. I feel the time pressure here. I can't see a reason why that's a bad move, so I'm going to play it. But, okay, it's traded. Do I take the bishop and then go b5? Or do I take on c3? I think I'm going to take here and hope for the best. Now I'm worried about it going queen g5, of course. And I've got no time. Yeah, this is where you do need that extra time. If I take there, it's probably going to go rook e3, right? Not the only move, but rook e3 is very annoying. Yeah, I needed more time here, to be honest. I needed more time. So the time issue is an issue. I needed more time, guys. I'm going to lose this. Yeah, 94, but that doesn't work. Yeah, so I think the time has really killed me here. Not had enough time to complete. I had a good position there, but the time killed me. So I'll do a rematch. No, it doesn't. It declines when you for some reason it declines. So I think the time is a problem because I think I did have a good position there. So let's play like this. It just shows how monstrously strong these engines are. That even you know, even with this kind of time control, c5 is possible eventually. Maybe c5. So I've got a kind of a normal turret attack, but I'm just a whole piece up, which is obviously that should be very easily winning. I mean, d5 here is not ridiculous, to be honest. I could take and go knight c6. I need to maybe play a little bit quicker. I was a little bit slow in that last game, right? There's rook c8. Natural move. It just kills your ideas. It's very good at working out what your idea is and then killing it. You know, just your idea to clarify or change the pieces, get a bit of a sort of, you know, a breather. It just never allows it. It's scary. I want to go a6, but I can't because I'll lose a pawn. Bishop f8 maybe, but of course they'll worry about bishop g5 ideas then. Yeah, that's also annoying. Yeah, so maybe knight d5 now and try and go knight c7. So now at least I can go knight c7. Okay, well, ultimate call bluff and just go b5 because I don't think it wants to exchange. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Okay, I need to speed up a little bit. Speedy Gonzalez. Maybe d5 is not ridiculous, although that does block in the bishop. But now, of course, it will try to tap me on this wing. Oh, fucking hell. That was stupid. Stupid. Yeah, I was careless. Because yeah, it's amazing how it even beats me, even like a piece down, you know. It's just ridiculous. Of course, a lot of it is due to time control and the fact it's just so much monstrously stronger than me. Yeah, it's a bad side for the human race in a way, isn't it? It's a bad side for the human race that we're losing even from a piece up, I would say. You know, I know I'm not Magnus, obviously, but I'm still a GM. So, how would Magnus do against it piece up? So maybe it's got some idea of 8. I don't think it wants to go e5 yet. It's probably going to go h3. Got to be careful that I don't allow. Maybe I could play this and then just go. Of course, oh yeah, but now yeah, it always does this attack, which is quite nice. So it shows how dangerous this attack is. That even maybe I could go e5 actually. Then if it goes there, I go bishop. Yeah, and probably I'm gonna. Oh, okay, this move I missed. But maybe I could go g5. It looks a bit shaky. Looks a bit shaky, doesn't it? Could go h6 and then, yeah, but it also looks a little bit shaky. It wants to go h4 and just hack. Hack, hack, hack. Fucking hack, you prick. Knight d5, rook g8. And then try and go knight b6 and exchange the pieces. Okay, if I trade knight e7, how bad is that? Should be doing well. Period. Oh, this I missed again. It's just so resourceful. So resourceful. So now it wins a pawn. Very important pawn as well. Scarily strong. Scarily strong. Again, I'm getting short time. So, okay, now it's got threat of that. Yeah, this knight is very bad on e7. Extra piece is a massive advantage. But proves to be not enough. Yeah, I don't like this anymore. This has gone wrong, isn't it? I'll resign that one. Because it will just beat me from there. It's not even worth playing it. So you can play it either where it's missing the G1 knight or the B1 knight. Okay, we had this before, right? Maybe E6 simply. Yeah, go here. This should be fine. So C6 or Bishop D7 is an option. Maybe go A4. Yeah, A4, yeah. But okay, I will trade. I will trade. I'll get rid of that. It's an extra, you know, it's a piece exchange. It can't be that bad. Okay, now I mean, this pawn is very weak. Oh, okay, that bit I missed. Probably shouldn't have allowed that actually. Probably should not have allowed that. I'm going to try G5, even though it looks a bit scary. Yeah. Probably I can't really castle queen side. I could go C5. I've got some idea. Go rook A6. Yeah. Knight P6. Maybe knight B8 actually. Go for a perpetual. So I want a perpetual. I want a draw. Just give. He's going to go. Yeah, it's going to go for the draw. No, it's clever. It knows I'm weak, so therefore it doesn't want the draw. There is H5 here maybe, or King E7. It's another move. King E7 feels okay. If C5, why is C5 not a good move? Feels like some sort of. Oh, that move I missed. Yeah, it's unbelievably resourceful. Just always create some kind of idea, you know. It gives you ideas for your own games. Oh, fucking hell, I mouse slipped. I can't even take a move back. No, I meant to go E5 there, to be honest. That was bad. Because actually I was doing well in that game. I resigned the game. Okay. Let's try again. So I've scored 3.5 out of 56 games or whatever it is. It's very bad. Very bad. Okay. Okay. Let's try and think of a good strategy against it. Maybe I need to start attacking with pawns myself. Maybe that's the way to do it. Let's say it goes bishop g. Okay, now I'm just going to go h5. Yeah, because now it has to kind of slow down a bit. Now I'm going to go e5 and just... Maybe that's the way you got to do against it. You know, just kind of scare it a little bit. Maybe h4 now. h4. It goes g4. Now I go bishop here and then bishop g5. It's not allowing me. Okay, but now I go here and then I'll at least exchange off some pieces. It's also, yeah, if I take knight b8, it's terrifyingly strong. Well, that's a pawn, so I'm going to take the pawn. Take that pawn as well. It's just gone bonkers. What the hell is this? This is just bonkers chess, isn't it? So I think what it wants is knight d7. It'll take, knight takes and go f4. So humans just can't play like this because we can't play accurately enough to justify this kind of crap. But it's just it's scarily strong. I might, but now it can take b7 pawn maybe. Yeah, it's careless because bishop b7. I haven't even got this move. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's scary the way it comes out with attacking ideas. It's very actually. Very impressive like that. Just like it just hits the chaos button again. Chaos button. Well, I'm going to take that. It's like a terrible Tromboski for white. Start with h6. Like a very bad. Maybe it wants g4 anyway. There's d5 here. Knight c3 makes sense. It makes these openings like the London system look very powerful. Maybe that's why the London system became so popular, because of neural networks. You know, some of these attacking ideas are quite scary for black to face. So what do I do here? What's the best move? I could go g5 and bishop g7. It's not ridiculous, but of course that weakens the king side, which is not ideal against the monster. It's also f5 here as an option. f5 just taking some space, right? g7 now. Bring the knight back. There's also knight e3 and then go f4. Because knight f6, well, I think it wants e4, right? No, it didn't like e4 for some reason. There's b5 here to maybe long-term discourage. Probably will go h4 at some point, right? Maybe b5. Looks a bit loosening though. Looks weakening against computer. Knight e7 doesn't work. Maybe knight a6 is one option. What does it want? You really have to think, what does it want? Long term, there's like queen a5 is also possible. Force it to waste a bit with a king. Knight e6, so now maybe I've got some ideas going knight b4. It has to come back with a bishop. So it wants to go h4, it will go h4 of course. Yeah, g4, then maybe knight f4. Do I take with a pawn or a knight? And now again it's knight, it's kind of made my piece look bad because of this. This knight is not that great. So g3. It's very incredibly hard to play like the way the computer does. To play as accurately as the computer does. Maybe I'm just a weak player. I don't know. There's queen f7 here. Again, this knight is bad. It's just making some of my pieces bad, which is driving up the... okay, that bit I missed. The idea of stopping you castle queen. Of course, you don't want to castle kingside here. Scary against the computer, right? I could put the king on d7 though. How bad is queen f7? Hit the pawn. Probably very bad. I did see that idea, but I was hoping that it wasn't that strong. The problem is if you take here, he's got queen h7 check. Okay, rook f8, only idea. Oh, okay, if I lose it now. The king c8. Wow, I've just got these crazy ideas. Okay, I can make a draw, maybe. Can I make a draw? No, maybe I can't even make a draw. It wants bishop d6, that's what it wants. You should be able to make a draw here. There's something wrong with chess if I can't make a draw here. What is check, check? It's got b3 and it's covering c2. Could go queen f5, it's possible. Or check a queen f5. Queen f5 I think is okay, right? No, it's got queen h8 and then queen d8, mate. Fuck. So a very clever idea. Maybe I have to go queen e8, so I've got queen d8 as an option. Okay, I would certainly take a draw here against the scary super end. What's bishop e5 maybe? Maybe I go g3. Slow it down a little bit. But yeah, again I'm running short of time and this is a critical position. If I go there, it's going to go bishop e5, which kills my pawn. Going to go there anyway. Fuck it. Aha. And if queen f7, it wants check and bishop e5, baby, with an attack. Fuck me. Or don't. That move I missed as well. I wants mate. Fucking hell, I forgot about that idea. If it goes c5. Panic mode now. Yeah, I needed more time. It's friendly queen d6. Needed more time. Give me more time, you bastard. My pieces are just tripping over each other. Yeah, I've resigned. Yeah, I needed more time there. It's a very tricky position. And then, so maybe just playing it, you know, with this time limit, it's just impossible. Because it's so fast. Okay. Let's just start by taking. We go b4, yeah. So this is a very good variation for white. If the knight's still g1. Whether, you know, it's that good where it's lost a piece, I don't know. It does kind of make you think, you know, are humans going to be redundant in the future, given how much more intelligent it is than me. I'm supposed to be like a reasonably skilled chess player, and it's making me look like a total patzer. It does make you wonder. Could go a5 here, it's not ridiculous. b5, I guess. Bring the knight around to the king's side. I'm going to go c5 because that, I guess it takes, right? It might take actually. So it wants d4. I'll start rook e8. Yeah, this position looking very good for black. But there's a lot of ground left. I want to put the bishop on b7. I guess it will go e4 maybe? But then it's giving me the f4 square. Whether I could make anything of it, I don't know. Oh no, yeah, knight f4 to e6, this should be good actually. Because then I get to trade a piece in reasonably favourable circumstances. Do I take with this? I guess I take with that, do I? Because then I want... That was a mistake maybe, because then later we'll go f4. It's killed my bishop a little bit. So a lot of his strategy revolves around killing. I could go here and then 97 sack a pawn. I think this must be good. Queen e5 or knight d7. Queen e5. It's a horrible computer to play because just a general sense that it's just a really nasty kind of a neural network because of King g7. If g3, then there's bishop c8 as well. If I go queen f4, it moves a queen, right? Because against humans, you would always probably have the option of maybe sacking material back, but you feel like when you do that against a computer, you're just going to lose. So, okay, I'll try that move. Because I know it doesn't want to exchange. Obviously, it knows that's bad. Yeah, but now here, this should be good, right? Oh, now it feels it has to exchange. That's interesting. Of course, once it exchange, how do I then convert? I've got a piece up, but it will go into flying mode. I don't know whether I should even exchange because, I mean, I should hold this. I shouldn't lose, but whether I could win it, very doubtful. Might go f4, right? Yeah, the problem is that I've got this bishop is actually, which I didn't really. Yeah, it's funny how it's just very good at making your pieces just look bad. I mean, again, I feel like black should hold this, but winning it is another story. Maybe I double on stack on the. Can I go bishop g4? It wants e5, right? If I go knight g4, I could go knight g4. Probably start with knight g4, right? Okay, so if f5, what's wrong with f5? It's threatened to take here, so probably have to go rook h8. Yeah, that's the problem. So that is threatening to win a pawn. I could go knight e5. Yeah, it's maybe he just accepts it's going to be a draw, right? But I should still be a lot better here because, you know, at the end of the day I have a piece up. There's f6 because bishop e8 and then just slowly go here and slowly improve. Got to watch out for g4 though. Got to watch out for g4. Got to go g4 immediately. Okay, could start with this and then move the king. I want to move the king to here. Is that a way to make progress? I don't see a way to make progress here. Crazy. Absolutely insane. Because the problem is here he goes g4, right? I think this shows you how much resistance engines could put up. So maybe I'll just fiddle around. I mean, it feels. I think I probably am close to winning here. Like if you look at the evaluation, this is probably close to winning. But I don't see a winning plan, and I feel like if I play on, I'll probably end up losing. I'll blunder somehow. Okay, could fiddle around a little bit more. I assume it's going to take a draw here if I do nothing. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to fiddle around and take the draw, which is kind of depressing. Okay, so another draw added to the books. I could, when it play it with the other knight missing, it plays f4. Generally, which is kind of annoying. Okay, maybe I'll play the Dutch in response to it, because I've not done this approach before. So I'll do some kind of Dutch, you know, and then say, well, a piece up, that should mean something. Yeah, it's probably going to go g4. It does give you an idea of how dangerous a lot of these gambits are as well, because, you know, it's doing these gambits where it's basically a piece down, and it's still making them look quite. It's still making them look quite respectable. So, yeah, I mean, the nice thing is at least most humans can't play like this. So, or certainly, well, no humans can play like this. So it does give you some confidence that maybe I'm not a complete patzer, but yeah, okay. So once, okay, well, I'll go knight h5 because that kills the attack forever, does it? Or maybe it doesn't. Because it wants to go h4, h5. If I move the knight anywhere else, it'll go h4, h5, and that's super scary. I could go e5 here, try and put some pressure here. Doesn't care. Okay, we'll take. I want rook e8, right? Rook e8 looks like the move. I mean, to be honest, like an exchange sack here, even if I had sat the exchange, it's like way better for black. Way better. But it would outplay me. So I feel like that's not enough. Oh, okay. So now I'm regretting not sacking the exchange. Because I underestimated this idea of it just going... That's really dumb, actually. If I go bishop f7, it's going to be able to... Yeah, I could go bishop f7. Maybe that's the only try, right? Okay, well, it didn't take, which is just sort of a good sign. Okay, I'm going to go here. Can I go knight d5? Maybe I should go queen d7 first. Just hold everything for now. Okay, there's bishop d5 because I think if it takes on h5, I should be doing well. Didn't want to take. Okay, now I trade. I should always trade if I can. There is knight d5, but then of course it would take. You know, maybe I shouldn't have traded. You start doubting everything. Even though this position should still be good for me. Didn't want to take. See what I mean about, like, other engines would take probably. They'd be like, I've got to take. I've got to take. It doesn't want to take. Now finally it takes. Queen g6. Queen f3. There's also knight e7 as an option. Queen g6, queen f3. Fuck me. Well, how is it this strong? It doesn't make any sense. Rook e1 maybe. Rook e2. Similar ideas. Okay, got a middle queen. Maybe queen d5 is better. Yeah, let's go this. Because I'm really... I need that to go for knight. Queen d5 was better, I think. Stupid. Now it would outplay me again. Okay, once got h4, h5, yeah, fucking bastard computer. How does it play this well? I just don't get it. The whole thing is so confusing. I think I need lessons in how not to lose a piece up. I'm getting desperate now. It'll go h4, it won't take the pawn. I wanted to go here, but the problem is it takes. Oh, no, okay, it takes that one. Okay, at least that's a sign that I didn't want to open up the position. So putting that, but I could go here. Okay, so again, I'm getting very short time. This pawn is a permanent weakness. The stubble, do the famous stack. If I trade, pawn is a permanent weakness. Rook e8, I drop. If rook e8, I drop. Yeah, it's fucking knight. All my pieces. Someone makes all my pieces look bad. This is where I need more time. So I'm going to collapse in a minute. Rook e7, queen d5 check. Just going to pass and hope it finds no winning plan. Fuck me. Bishop f8. He's got rook e6. Game over. Yeah, so difficult. I think it's just too tough to play this time control. Because it will just stay in the game like with unbelievable play. Okay, we're going to go Caro. We haven't done Caro yet. Caro must be good, right? Caro can't. We'll take with a pawn actually, yeah. That's what I thought. Okay, so e5. I always find it interesting of Viscount Zay. They always go, you know, what are you doing on a rest day? Have you ever got any plans for the rest day? It's like a generic question, right? So Fiona always asks that question. What's your plan for the rest day? Maybe h5, because it will try and do something with these pawns, right? So I've got to try and slow that down. Maybe h4 actually, because, yeah. So once like bishop G5, but okay, I've gone there. There is knight H5 here. Knight H5 feels a bit ropey. There might be a... Oh, it's G3. Fuck, forgot about that move. Okay, this taking is not necessarily a threat. Or not a big threat. Could go here. If you had this, like, it's almost like a normal position, right? There's Queen B6, Bishop there, Bishop C5. I think this is good. Okay, but now if I castle, how bad is that? So maybe this is the way to just, you know, you pawn storm yourself just to stop it pawn storming you. But still it finds ways to pawn storm. It still finds ways. So G6 is a move here. Again, I need more time. I could take on G3 and go G6, another option. It's understanding the dynamic plays off the... Oh, it wants F5. Fucking G4, sorry. So I should have... Oh, dear. Yeah, so now it's going to win a piece back. But okay. Yeah, so when it wins its piece back, you're like, this isn't... Well, actually, F5, I do have Bishop C4, so maybe I can save the piece. It's not great. Yeah, of course, now it's making my piece very bad, of course. Yeah, again, very clever idea, because it wants... If G5 then F6, and then... No, actually can't go F6, so I can go there. Ooh, well, I thought I could take. It's unbelievable how like resilient it is. I mean, okay, I keep saying this, but the point is that you want to go here, but then... yeah, and also if you put the rook on F8, then it will go Bishop A3, I guess. Yeah, again, this is where I need a bit more time, probably, against this monster. I need more time. So maybe I could try Rook G8 or Rook E8. And I'll just play like standard moves and just hope for the best. Oh my god. Just missed a bog standard tactic. Yeah, you start to become unhinged. Because it's just so resourceful. It unhinges you. I'm going to try this again. I think this is a good tactic against it. Get some pieces off. You know, get some pieces out and just clear some space. Stop a lot of its crazy kind of, you know, hoping that this way maybe, well, I guess it will go for a hack on the king's side. Of course, it'll probably go F3 at some point. There is A6, there's also C6. C6 looks reasonable, maybe expansion, B5. But you'll watch out for D5. There's also knight D5 because then you're trading some pieces. Okay, let's try taking that guy. I'm a little bit concerned about this pawn. Can I afford to lose that pawn? Of course, he wants to go F3, Queen E7, maybe here, a counter attack. Queen, getting a few spectators as well, interestingly enough. King B1 probably. Yeah, I just went there, that's interesting. I mean, you can make a draw sometimes against the engine, but winning against it is almost impossible. So now obviously this bishop's turned out to be a lethal piece, right? Like Rook E8 looks incredibly shaky and quite possibly losing. I think Rook E8, he goes Rook F3, Bishop F5. No, but I thought it had Bishop F7. Oh, it does, and then Queen E6. So Rook F3, Rook E8, Rook F3, yeah, is the problem. So this is looking super shaky. I will try that. Could I Rook F? Maybe it could also take. I thought I had that move, but could take and go Bishop F7 probably. Rook F8 doesn't work because it takes there. Unless it's some sort of perpetual, but I'll be very surprised if it was. I've got to go here anyway. No, it's just, it's not even allowing me to make a draw, you bastard. Come on, just give me a draw, you fuck. Yeah, check. It's got king d1. I think that's the only way to avoid a perpetual, but it's good enough. Yeah, well played. Well played. Excellent. So it kind of inspires you because it shows you the potential of attacking positions. Even from a piece down, it's just coming up with lethal ideas. So maybe e6 here. I've got some kind of French, right? c5 feels like an idea as well. I think you have to play actively against it. It's really your only chance to kind of make as much use of your pieces as you possibly can. Look at this weird stuff that it does. I mean, it should not work. It should not work. Knight f6. G5, 94. Probably, yeah, but maybe I had to do that, right? It's got bishop g2. There's 95 here. You always have the option of maybe trading. What did queen d5? There, I thought knight f3 might be okay. It's going to end up in some kind of weird ending. Well, I could also take as well and go knight f3. Knight f3 kind of forces the ending, right? I do lose g7 pawn, this is the problem. So g8. Okay, do I go for the ending straight away? I guess. Yeah, this is sort of thing that where you might have at least a chance of getting a draw. If I go bishop d7, is it really going to go queen c1? I mean, I find it hard to believe. I guess it takes, right? Yeah, so this is critical, and at some point it will try and win that pawn. So there is bishop here to stop its plan. If e4, there's bishop f4 check. So is that it's a slow plan actually, because I think, okay, I'm going to try that anyway. I'm a little bit worried I made a bishop now. Okay, he's got that move. So he wants to go e4. So I go to castle, king, queen side. Now rook d7 looks correct. And, you know, my pieces aren't too bad here, but again I'm getting short of time, so this is starting to panic. The rook g6 is not ridiculous, because maybe there's an idea of taking this. No, it's kind of killed my idea. I wanted to take, and maybe I should improve my king. Yeah, could take and go bishop e5 now, which is not ridiculous. And then he goes rook a4. Okay, I feel like maybe this is a very bad idea. Probably a very bad idea. I could go a6, and when he goes rook g7, go h5. Yeah, so this is the problem. I'm losing that pawn, but have I got enough here? Have I got enough? I could go here and activate the rook. Just stops all my plans. Just kills all my plans. It's such a bully. You're such a nasty bully. You're such a nasty bully. So now he wants to take this pawn as well. Now, there might even be an idea of taking here as well, which is kind of scary. Okay, I'm going to activate the king again. Ah, missed that idea. Okay, we've got to start a counter-attack on the... Oh my god. Okay, there's b4. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, it's a blunder. Game ends. I had a winning position, but I couldn't convert. I think the ending was winning initially, but converting when you got so little time is incredibly difficult. Yeah, this whole idea looks terrible for white. Could start with bishop f5, activate the bishop. Of course, eventually it will go f3. Maybe just play solidly. Start with c6 is an option. Solid enough. Knight d6 is possible. Yeah, I shouldn't have allowed that actually. Because I thought knight c4 and then, well, I do have knight c4, but then knight is going to kind of get... It's knight b5 maybe to c7, it's not the end of the world. Got this amazing ability to make your pieces look terrible. Or just create some kind of... Could take on b1 actually and then take there. It's not stupid, it's kind of what you want to do, right? It's probably a mistake actually. That's stupid. Should have done that. This pawn is very weak now. I thought I could cover it, but shouldn't have done that. It was really dumb. Okay, here. Problem is, it's gonna, well, rook b8 threatens b6. If it goes a5, then it's locked up forever. It's locked up the queen side at least, because I could go knight b5, for example. It's kind of locked. Well, it doesn't lock him up because, okay, he's doing this other strategy, which is to lock up all my pieces, and then probably just going to make a draw, right, or maybe win anyway, because it's just making all my pieces bad. Like f6, bishop h3. G6, H4. Like, how do I ever break out here? I mean, I could go. I could go. Is it threatening F5? I don't think so yet because there's tactics. Now it's threatening F5. Okay, let me go G6. Yeah. Okay. So my idea is to do this and then hope that this is quick enough. It probably isn't. Ah, fuck. Missed that idea. Okay, I'm going to have to... Okay. If I put the knight back on f8, maybe I can make a draw. If it goes rook a1, no, it's doing something more active than that, unfortunately. It's quite sad that you end up like, how do I make a draw, right? I mean, knight b8 to a6. But now he's giving his bishop a retreat square, right? If bishop a5 now, it goes rook a1. But actually, does that work? Because bishop b4. I'll try that anyway. I don't give a fuck anymore. Aha, so maybe I could take on f5. If I take on b4, it wants to take on e6. So if I take on b4, oh, does this really work? Oh, it wants g6. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, the ideas it comes up with. I mean, you'd think this is just bollocks, right? If king g7, does that make any difference? It goes g6 then, right? And then h6. So maybe I have to take... Oh, it's got rook f7. Well, it will eventually play rook f7. I've got loads of material, but... has to take, right? I have to take. Oh, I could take that guy. Fuck me. I'll just win now because, well... Yeah, it's sad. It's just going to queen the h pawn, right? I've got no counterplay on the king's side. It's crazy. It's just insanely strong. It's insanely strong. Right, let's have another go. Let's have another punt. I'm gonna get addicted trying to manage it. Maybe go f4 actually. Okay, but d5 feels good, right? Is there any way that I could force some kind of exchanges? Start getting a little bit desperate. Okay, there's d4, there's e5, there's d4 probably wrong against the computer. There is c4 here. That kind of forces some material at least. Yeah, I see what his strategy is to basically either make your pieces bad, which is kind of like normal strategy anyway, or okay, this should be good. Is to make your pieces look bad, or it's basically to they just go for some crazy hack, or essentially hold on when so Joel Benjamin's playing this match, but I think he really prepared fairly well. It's got queen a4. No, queen a4 doesn't work. Bishop d3. So we'll go. Yeah, at least I can activate a rook now. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. What's my... I could go knight e7, looks a bit passive. And maybe I should go here. Go a5, is that possible? No, a5 is a blunder. I could prepare a5 with this. Maybe a5 now if it takes. Okay, I will trade. It's not a7. Knight a7 to b5. It's got queen a4 though, which I missed. No, okay, so get the knight to b5. It's very slow, all this. But it just never lets me get anything easy, right? I just have to play like unbelievably well just to... I mean, it's queen c7 here. But what does that threaten? Nothing. Maybe queen a7. Queen a3 is a plan. What does it want? Knight c3, don't... Maybe queen a7, try and... Queen a3, right? But I'm making some progress. It could come... No, I'm hitting this pawn. So knight c3 now. Yeah, maybe I'll try knight c3. It's probably a blunder. It's rook b3, that's what I thought. I could take and take on d2. What's the material count then? It's not ridiculous doing that. Got a massive pawn. I'll probably lose after this, but is that really the best option? So there's also c2 actually. Rook a3 you take. c2 forces the exchange of queens. Then you get rook c2 at the end. So unless that's a blunder, that might be a good move. He's going to take, of course. Yeah. So rook c2 now. Of course, the problem again might be my... Oh, it's got bishop e3. I probably shouldn't have done this. Yeah, and we've already established it's unbelievably resourceful in bad endings. If this even is a bad ending. Maybe I should go b5, actually, just to freeze that pawn. Now it's got ideas like rook a6. There's rook d8. How do I use this extra piece? I can't use it very easily. Rook d8, maybe. I mean, give me a fucking break, you fucking horrible engine, you bastard engine. Yeah, now I'm getting short of time again. I'm starting to panic. Knight d7 doesn't look great. Bishop c6. Try to bring the bishop back to e8. Could take and take on e5. I've got rook d3. Let's come up with a tactic instead. What a fucking surprise. Rook a8. That move I missed. Got rook there. No, I didn't want that. Rook b7. Taking on a5 is not good, is it? Again, it's like the lack of time is killing me. I can take and go d4 now. Yeah, I have to go there, but now it's got yeah, it just doesn't work. Fuck me. So I think that I was winning that, and I should have gone for my initial idea, which was much stronger. So I got a Queen's Gambit. But will I ever win a game? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, there must be a really good strategy against this. I keep saying that, but we obviously haven't come up with one. So once f3, e4, right? That's fairly obvious. There is. So you get these kind of positions, Nimzo, but where it's got an extra piece. You know, like e4. It doesn't want e4. Maybe knight b5 is an option because then you get to trade it as some material. Just go a6. It's got to be a good move. So it's got e4. Yeah. Yeah, which of course is annoying. Again, it might just be that I'm playing too passively. One idea is bishop e6, and if it goes e5 and f4, I've got f5. I have to go f5 there, yeah, which is a good move. So now I've actually got a position. It should be more than okay. It's queen c7. Again, my knight is not great. If I go knight b6, it's got b3, so it kills my knight again. It's queen c7. Pawn on d5 could be a weakness. So of course this is totally winning, you know, in a technical sense. Go queen e3 because it's fucking smart. Maybe rook here, b3 possibly, or yeah, or that move. Queen c6 should be okay. Should still be holding. Oh, no one's just fucking hack again. g4. There is queen c2, but then bishop d3. Knight b6. Yeah, the problem is this knight is not great. Maybe knight f8. Okay, I don't know how to make progress here. I'm going to try and stop its plans. I might even go here and just... of course it doesn't want to exchange, right? Yeah, like, how is it stopping me from achieving anything here? It's just ridiculous. Maybe I go rook c2 actually. Rook c2's the way, because we know it doesn't want to take the rook. But actually, it didn't want to take it when here. When it goes there, maybe it will take it. Again, this knight, it's just, this whole strategy of making my pieces bad is very, very effective. Maybe here to here. But that weakens my control over f5. Yeah, this is what concerned me. This queen back to d7, but then it will go rook g1. No, I didn't want rook g1. Maybe king h8. Maybe knight g6 actually. Knight g6 might be. Unbelievable how well it defends. Unbelievable. Bishop h4 might be an idea. Because it can go g5, but I feel like it could never win that knight. But now I'm very tied down to this f5 weakness. I'm getting short of time as well. Queen f7 maybe, knight e7, knight e7. Yeah, I forgot about that move. Now the rook's getting trapped. Yeah, it's bad. Okay. Yeah, you start making blunders because you're short of time. It's just very hard to live with this engine. Try this line again. Start with that move. It does make these whole lines look very poor actually for black. There is e6. Just develop the bishop. Maybe an extra piece isn't as big an advantage as you think, right? I want to go e5. Oh, this is c5 there. Okay, well if I trade, that must be good. Must be good. Famous last words. But it's got knight d5 ideas. I mean, there's this move, but I'm a little bit passive here. A little bit passive. Because I haven't developed yet. There is knight b6 in the pawn. Bishop e7. Idea knight c5 maybe. And bishop e7. Try and go. Oh yes. Killed that idea now. Knight e8, it doesn't work. So knight c5. Rook d1 is very annoying. It's kind of shit that you end up falling for. I mean, how does it fucking work? How does it make a piece down work? I just don't get it. Just don't get it. Okay, I'm going to just play passively. Okay, if I go knight c5, it goes rook d1, queen c7, bishop g3. Okay, I'm going to switch strategy and try and exchange. If knight e4, okay, take care. This is some kind of improvement for it because now not easy to, okay, try and exchange a pair of rooks. Queen F8. Yeah, how do I move? I can't move this knight. This is very awkward. G5 you don't really want. You can't play G5. So it's unbelievable that I'm a piece up, but it's actually very, very tough. Very, very tough to play from here. Maybe I have to just hold the position as it is for now. And then if I could go rook a7 and then b6 and bishop b7 or something like that, probably not going to work, right? It's too slow. It won't work. It's a monster computer. What does it want? It wants bishop f6. Yeah, this hasn't worked. This strategy is back third. Okay, I'll resign that one. Okay, let's try again. So let's play 3 more games. We're going to play 3 more games against it. I have got some draws. Let's play the French. Let's play the French. Okay, take with the queen. This shouldn't be too bad. Just come back. How bad can this be? Because if you get the initiative, you should win. But getting the initiative is the problem. And, you know, fending off all its incredibly clever ideas is not easy. Knight f6, so maybe c5. Anchor the knight, and then, you know, yeah, well, now it wants to exchange, which is a sign that it's not very happy with its position, possibly. If I go e5, how bad is that? Maybe it will take on d4. If I take on e2, it's going to take with a queen. That should be good for me, but of course it will outplay me, as it always does. Yeah, I thought I could go here now, but yeah, it just is. Yeah, it's happy with this. Shouldn't be, but queen a5, possible move. King b1, probable. Okay, that moves. Okay, yeah, I'm not that happy with this anymore. It's still good, but I'm a little bit scared. You know, it's amazing how it makes all these ideas look good, right? It's got queen h5 here. Yeah, this is a problem. Fucking annoying move. In fact, when I go here, it takes. I can't even defend f7, which is very annoying. Incredibly annoying. So maybe I have to go here. Fuck me, you fucking bastard computer. Okay, I'm going to go gung-ho myself. I'm sick of it bullying me into losses. I'm going to go gung-ho myself. Of course it won't work against a monster. C4 work maybe. C4. Find these moves. How does it find these ideas? It's unbelievable. Okay, I take. It's queen d5. How bad is that ending? I mean, if we count on material. I'm not going to win, but I mean, I don't want to keep the queens on against it. It's got rook c4 check, counter check. Yeah, I only saw that as soon as I played it. Like, what's the material? Yeah, if I can't take because it's got bishop e5 check at the end. So what is the material here? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm pulling up, which is good news. The bad news is it's a monster computer that's just serving me every single fucking game. I thought that move was... Oh, he's got rook there, which I've missed. I have to go there, but yeah, now I guess it's pawn back. Check, yeah. This always plays the best move. That's the difference when you play against the weaker engines. Is sometimes I've noticed they don't always play the best move, so you kind of get some kind of chance, right? But this, and also it would never like take these repetitions, or very rarely. If it's completely lost, it might, and thinks it's position's gonna get a lot worse if it doesn't repeat. And objectively, I might think I can hold this against a human player, but against the engine, like what's? Oh, maybe it's winning plan is go G5. I don't know. I should. Oh, that move I missed. Aha, and then D6, right? Aha, like Alan Partridge would say. So that was possibly my last move was a mistake, maybe, or I was already in trouble. Okay, I'll resign that one because they'll just even if maybe it's a draw, but against there I'm just going to lose. I think this is the better one to play, like the one where the knight's missing. I think that's easier. Okay, but of course if I take, I'm like, you know. But E6 looks reasonable, right? Not the only move. It's also knight E5 again, win the bishop pair, which is not ridiculous. I mean, E6, how bad can E6 be? Come on. Look, but this is the problem that the queen always gets compressed by this rook D3 ideas and you know, rook D1, sorry, and that's very annoying actually. But like C6 was reasonable there. If I take, it takes A6, rook D1. What other options are there? I mean, if I meet a bishop, it's going to be forced to probably. Wow. Oh, because of knight b5. Again, you feel like I could move the queen somewhere like queen c7. It should be good for me, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah, that's also clever because it stops any knight h5 ideas. So say h6. Fucking hell, you fucking bastard computer. There's knight c4 as an option. How bad is that? Okay, it might even take and go bishop f4, given how crazy it is. I mean, I think we've established it just doesn't give a shit. I mean, it feels like there's tactical threats here for white, like taking. I can't castle because it will take. I've established that much at least, but not much else. Yeah, I'm on the verge of losing tactically, I think. Unbelievable, isn't it? Piece down, it still crushes you like a baby. Knight d5 a move. Yeah, knight e4, but then okay, I'll try that move. It feels very shaky. Knight e4, that was the move I was afraid of. Yeah, this feels very scary. Feels very scary. Bishop f8. No, this isn't going to work. This is gone. This has got like too many ideas. Maybe objectively I was still doing okay there, but I'm not going to defend that. Not with 1 minute on my clock. Alright, let's try this. So this is like that knight variation where you're like you're like a piece down, right? You're a piece up, but again maybe h5, h4, maybe b6, but bishop on c5. Yeah, it just doesn't want that. And it's the weird thing is it doesn't seem that afraid of me exchanging pieces, right? I think this shows actually how one of the things this has demonstrated to me is that how, you know, how much resistance you can put up with in chess. Which I was always kind of a resistant player anyway. I was always kind of very good at resisting. And maybe not very good at converting, as we've seen. But I think everybody would struggle against this engine. Like, you know, it's just so strong. Yeah, I'm starting to play. It eats away your confidence as well because, yeah, like bishop e3, not bad, right? Better come back and hope for the repetition, which of course it doesn't do. This feels very passive. Any repetitions I'm taking. I wanted to go a6, but no, it's killed that idea. Of course, you don't want to castle kingside here because it will immediately go for the hack. Although the hack here shouldn't work. It should not work. It shouldn't work. Okay, could I get away with c6? But of course that weakens certain squares which you're afraid of. I don't know how else to proceed. I'm going to try that move. Because g5, I'm thinking like knight f4. If f4, then okay, maybe I'll come back. So that f4 is discouraged. I'm thinking knight f4. Ah, but then it would take and go. Yeah, amazing how it makes his sacks look so strong, right? And we go here, maybe the idea of sucking the exchange. f4, of course. Oh, that move I missed. Yeah, it's just in time. It's just in time. I'm out of time. Just out of my head when you're not around. Give me a fucking break, you fucking bastard engine. You fucking bastard. You make me look like an absolute patsy. I do my rougher draw again with a... You must accept surely this time, horrible engine. Because it also makes all my ideas look a bit slow and crap, right? Could take there. Yeah, it's just start. And now it's got knight f6 idea, which I missed earlier. Yeah, just brutally effective. Brutally effective. Not sure if am I still doing well there? No. Well, I am, but you'd have to defend almost perfectly. And then I said one more game, but it seemed to be more than one more game, right? I'm just on tilt because it keeps beating me, and I'm like fed up. I'm fed up with this fucking engine, you bastard engine. Okay, we're gonna go there. Right, that's a good sign that it's doing that. It doesn't want to. Okay, a6 also could take. a6 is an idea. Yeah, it's g6, bishop f5. I mean, in a normal game you'd be like, oh, that's great, but against this monster, you're like, is that a good idea? You start to doubt everything. Which is good in a way because it shows. I mean, I could go g6 actually. I don't think that's losing move at all. Because it will go f3 and. But I think the idea is to get h5. So h5, I've got to slow that down. Yeah. So now at least I get to exchange. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. So I'll exchange, right? So this should be good. Should be good. But it will find a way to make me look bad. Maybe I need a bit more time in these challenges. As I think we've already established. Because Queen d7 has also got knight a4. There is knight a5. There's also castles as well. Because I can't believe g4 can be good. Maybe that was a bad move. Yeah, I could go h4, slow it down a bit. Knight a5, is that a bad idea? How bad can it be? To put the knight on c4, come on man. How bad can this be? There's queen a5 now. Queen a5. Queen b6 is possible. Apparently may. What does it do after queen b6? It's knight a4, but... Okay. Maybe queen a5 was better after all. I could stack, do the old stacky wacky. Bit afraid of rook b3, but it is what it is. Okay, don't want to lose e6. Don't want to lose you now. I've got rook e6 as an option actually. Okay, now again I'm going to go for the stack. Okay, I'm getting close to doing something here, but not close enough. Yeah, it just feels like, you know, most of my pieces are working well, but maybe not quite enough. So again, the idea to take on c2, not quite fast enough. There's e6. Yeah, I'm getting short of time again. I need more time. I need $1. So now I'm going to go for... Yeah, once take on F6, take on H5. Again, shouldn't be good enough, but... Also Queen H4 is an idea. There's no H7 here, maybe. Okay, I'm going to trade. As much as I resent that move, I'm going to try it. It's Queen B6, so I'm just going to have to launch B4 and hope for the best. Okay, B4 should be good now. It's not A3 doesn't work, no? Queen A6. Okay, is this? Ah! Okay. Okay, we're close here, we're close. We're so close. So tantalising close. Got to prevent it creating a counter-attack. Once Queen H4, Bishop H6. Is there any way to stop that? Okay, start with this. Slow it down a little bit. Okay, once F5. Okay, I'm just going to take everything off. Got Rook G6 ideas. It's got that move. I fucking forgot about that move. Fuck's sakes. Yeah, it's why I need more time. So I was definitely winning this one, but now it's gone a bit tits up. So let the knight in. Still doesn't want it. Yeah, unbelievable how well it defends. And then of course it will mate me somehow later. So this is my long-term plan. It's completely winning this game. What's happened here? It's crashed. It's taken there. The audio's gone. Yeah, I've lost. Yeah, it's sad actually. I was very, very close there. Very, very close. Now it wants to go mate. Bishop H6 maybe. Yeah, once it gets the mate and attack, it's ruthless. So I was winning that. I'm sure I was winning that. Obviously, I was winning that from the start. But so it was around about here where it started. Yeah, it just resists unbelievably well, right? Yeah, for example, when he goes there, why not take the pawn, for example? That's probably good enough, right? Felt like A5 wasn't terrible. So, like, I mean, this must be winning, right? Yeah, it's winning. But it shows how hard it is to win a game of chess. G5, just killing its ideas would have been really, really strong. B4 was still very strong, and I felt like I was going to win this at this point. Yeah, I think if I had more time, I probably would have won this, actually. Because it's just such a bad position for white. Like, even Queen C7 was probably very strong. Just idea of, again, but the avowal drops, right, when you do that. Yeah, it's just a bad move because it... So, just shows you really that it's so tough to win even like one positions, completely one positions. It makes me feel like a patzer. I'm going to go away and cry now. Because I feel like an idiot. I'm a GM. I've made chess my whole life. I can't even win from a piece up. How bad am I at chess? Yeah, because my plan was to take there, but the problem was then getting rid of that knight and going A4 seemed to prove to be difficult. So actually all this is correct. Oh, now I can take. Ah, right. Again, yeah, if I had more time I would have seen that idea, I think. And then Queen C4. So I think blitz, you've just got very little chance of winning the game, but in rapid play time controls, I think I would have a chance. And certainly classical. You see Joel Benjamin. I'm probably not much weaker than Joel Benjamin. Maybe these days. I played Joel Benjamin before actually. In Bermuda Beach Club. 1998. Mermaid Bermuda Beach Club. So I flew to Bermuda, and it was a nice tournament actually. Tony Miles was there as a guest. He didn't play. Junior Hodgson was there. He was playing. Shabalov was 26-40 at the time. He won the tournament. There's Rafael Leitao, Giovanni Vescovi. I got to know them there. Played against those guys. It was a great experience. So it was USA versus Europe match. And Shabalov got the top score. I lost him twice. I lost him in the weekender as well. But I was actually winning that game, but I screwed up. But the first game got slaughtered. So I started playing for a draw. But yeah, it's just but I played Joel Benjamin. It was like, I think it was like a night off. He beat me quite a nice game actually, I thought. And he was the programmer on the Deep Blue match versus Garry Kasparov. And he said actually what Kasparov, one of the mistakes that Kasparov made was he should have, because this is only a year after that match, I think, and he said one of the mistakes Kasparov made was he should have probably played main line openings because they were very worried about him going D4 and going for that. Obviously it's all like mute history now because obviously engines have far exceeded humans. Like Deep Blue wouldn't stand a chance against Leela today, wouldn't stand a chance against some monsters like Stockfish today. But I remember him saying at the time that Deep Blue was way ahead of the opposition because it was using quite a powerful, maybe it had like this kind of network of computers, right? And the programmer was Murray Campbell. So Deep Blue, so the nickname I think for IBM, so Deep Blue was developed by IBM, which stands for International Business Machines. The nickname for IBM was the Big Blue, I think. And the Deep Blue, was obviously that was their sort of flagship computer. But I remember him saying they played matches against other machines at the time, which were quite strong engines like Fritz and stuff, and it literally just won every game. It was like way ahead of every other computer. People didn't realise at the time how far ahead it was. So it was like a quantum leap in computers. And at the time, we were like, well, humans can hang on for a bit. You know, these matches, man-machine, could go on for many, many years, could go on for hundreds of years, but in reality they didn't. So now we're having these humiliating matches where they're giving us a piece. How long before it's a rook? I think there is a level where you can't go to though. You can't give a grandmaster a queen. You're going to lose. Like however well you play, like even God, would probably lose. Like even if you play perfectly, you're going to lose. Possibly a rook as well. Possibly a rook is too much as well. I would say it probably is. I would probably beat Leela with an extra rook, but I don't know. I'm interested to have a match against it, but obviously a piece you should win. It's embarrassing. I can't win with an extra piece. Fortunately, there aren't many humans that have beaten me with an extra piece. So that's good. Anyway, thanks for watching. And please subscribe to the channel if you can. You subscribe to Pat's the Grandmaster. How do I stop? I've forgotten how to stop the stream, right?